What's up, guys? On this video, I'm going to go through different types of gloves, so parents understand the difference between the positional gloves that there are. So, for example, the first one I'll start with is an infield glove. The infield glove, a couple characteristics of it that you'll notice is it's a shallower pocket. So basically, with infield, you want to be able to be quick with the hands, right? You have less time for the most part to make plays. It happens a lot faster with ground balls and stuff like that. Versus outfield, you have a little bit more time usually to be able to collect yourself. But infield, you want to be able to have a glove that quick transitions are allowed to happen, okay? So a shallower glove, a little bit shorter, okay? Not a huge deep pocket, which I'll show you what it looks like with an outfield glove that has a deeper pocket. So really that's the main things, is just smaller glove typically, less shallower pocket, and the whole idea is being able to quickly make the transition from fielding the ball and making a play so you can save as much time as possible, okay? So this is an example of one right here. I took this from my colleague, Coach John. He doesn't know that I have it, so don't tell him. But this is a pretty cool glove. Rawlings is pretty good too. So that's an example of an infield glove, not too complicated there, just a shallower pocket. And you'll notice too, the web here. I did look up, I'm like, what's the difference between webs? Like, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Now for pitchers, right, they might use an infield glove like this. And for them, they'll usually, which I can segue into an outfielder's glove, pitchers often might use something with a web that is completely covered up, which makes sense, so they can't see the ball behind it, okay? And so this is an outfield glove, all right? You'll notice the outfield glove compared to an infield glove, right, has a much taller height here, okay? It's a bigger glove, which makes sense because you want to have a big, deep pocket of a glove to be able to make plays, okay, nice and long, to be able to make plays out in the outfield, okay, which I think makes sense. And once again, the pocket can be a variety of things. It doesn't have to look just like this. It doesn't have to look just like the one I showed you with the infield glove. I don't really think there's that much of a difference after reading into it a little bit, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But yeah, outfield glove, bigger glove, deeper pocket, kind of makes sense when you think about it, okay? First base glove, okay? First base glove is pretty interesting. So you'll see here, and once again, typically first base gloves do have a mesh like this, and perhaps maybe it's for the umpire to be able to see the ball go in there better or something like that. But I don't think it necessarily matters, once again, if the mesh is like this or something else that your child might be interested in. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but from what I read into it, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Now you'll notice too, first base mitt, kind of big, like an outfielder's glove, which makes sense. You want to be able to have a big target, be able to scoop balls and all that sort of stuff. You don't want a tiny glove, like a second baseman, third baseman, shortstop. They're going to have smaller gloves for quicker transitions. You're going to have a bigger glove because your main role is to keep the ball in front, catch it, obviously, and also be able to make a lot of picks and high catches and reaches and stuff like that. So you want a big glove to be able to maximize, the potential for you to be able to catch the ball. You'll also notice this kind of funky little, it's almost like it's not shaped like a regular glove. It has this kind of flat, scoopy sort of design here, and that's exactly what it's for, is so you can make picks, okay, with a first base glove. So it's kind of, a lot of times you might have to scoop one in the dirt, and so it kind of has this flat, I guess, underbelly right here on your, not your thumb side, but your finger side, and it's really to make it easier to scoop. And then the last glove I'll show you, which I did a whole video on, catcher's glove. This one, a lot more padding, okay? Typically smaller pockets for sure, to be able to have quick transitions too. Lots of padding in these. Refer back to that catcher's glove video that I made on different types of leather for these. And the big thing here that I'd say is you can decide on how big your glove you want it to be. So for example, when I was playing, I'd have a 32-inch or 32.5-inch glove. I really liked the smaller glove. I was quicker with it. And my catching skills, I felt really confident. I had no problem being able to catch the ball with that smaller glove, smaller pocket, but I liked it. And also Pudge Rodriguez used to use that similar glove, so I liked the one that he used. If you don't know him, look him up, great catcher. And so you can go a little bigger too. There's 33-inch, 34-inch. 34-inch probably a little heavier. It's gonna have a deeper pocket than the smaller ones, but main thing, lots of padding, looks like this, okay? And then a shallow pocket compared to other types of gloves for quick transitions to throw the ball down to bases. And that's a broad overview of different types of gloves. Hopefully it helps you pick out the right kind for your young player. And thanks for watching.